There's something happening in the online space right now, and most coaches and service providers don't see it yet. Your offer is no longer enough. Your skills alone are no longer enough. Because in 2026, everything comes down to one thing. Do people trust you? And 2024 Nielsen study shows that 88% of buying decisions are influenced not by the business, but by trusting the person behind it. Not your funnels, not your landing page, not your ads, you. And that is the real reason why you might be stuck at 5, 10, or even 30k months. So today I'm going to show you how to fix exactly that by building a simple content ecosystem that brings your personality to life and builds trust for you. Hey there, I'm George, founder of Genesis. I help coaches and service providers build personal brands that feel like them, not like every other coach online. Using as I like to call it, a content ecosystem of one that builds trust, nurtures, and pre-sells your ideal clients. This year alone, I've helped people grow from overwhelmed to structured, unclear to trusted, and invisible to magnetic. And some like Danny, who closed 30k within 6 weeks from an ecosystem that pre-sells for him. And this is exactly what my method, the Genesis growth system, is all about. Why? Because people don't follow funnels anymore. People follow humans. And that's what we'll talk about today. Because I'm tired of hearing the same recycled advice and strategies all the time. So if you're a coach or service provider, that's probably your reality right now. You're serving clients, trying to improve your offer, trying to scale, trying to create content, trying to stay consistent, and trying to grow your brand, basically. But you feel overwhelmed, unclear, inconsistent, drained, and unsure how to show up online in a way that feels like you. And on top of that, you script for hours, re-record videos, hire editors who just take orders, chase trends, and try other people's frameworks and follow random post more advice that's always out there and still feel stuck. And even worse, actually, there's even worse than that. Your audience doesn't know who you really are. They might see your tips, but not your personality. They see your content, but not your depth. And they see your value, but not your vibe. And without this, then you don't have trust. And without trust, they don't buy. And this is exactly the gap that the Genesis growth system is designed to fix. So let's go over to why trust is the new currency. Because truth is that right now the entire online market is going through something that economists would call a structural shift. For the last 5 to 6 years, online business was fueled by bold promises, funnels, ads, pressure, huge guarantees, and book a call sales machines. And it quietly worked until everyone started doing the exact same thing. And it was just a pile of people that doing the exact same things, like copy and paste robots. And when everyone says that they can scale you to 20k per month, get you 30 clients in 30 days, or guarantee results in 90 days, people stopped believing anybody's. And that's actually why. Because trust online is at its lowest ever. As we can see in this study, which is from Human Clarity Institute Digital Trust Report of 2025, actually very recent, things are actually not good online anymore. But not because offers are bad, but because everything became fabricated, homogenized, copy-pasted, and optimized for speed, not depth. Which means your audience is no longer evaluating you based on your promise. They're evaluating you based on your personality, identity, and consistency. Because here's what really changed. People don't want to buy quickly anymore. They want to believe slowly. They want to see your face, feel your vibe, understand how you think, see if your values match theirs, and understand your method. This is the new buying psychology. And this is why so many coaches stay stuck. Their content might show their information, but never their identity. And identity is the new differentiator. And this leads us into the shift that no one is explaining properly. Because if trust has collapsed, then anything built on low trust also collapses with it. And the first system to die in a trust recession is the funnel. So funnels didn't die because they're bad. They're not bad actually, but they were designed for a completely different era of online behavior. So most likely a funnel looks like this. People see your ad, they click, watch your VSL, book a call, and buy. That's a straight line, but people don't buy in a straight line. They buy in a loop. Because human behavior online is no longer linear. They find you on IG, disappear, binge for videos, come back last week, watch your stories, check your comments, read your captions, disappear again, and come back, engage, and DM you months later, and then they buy. There is no journey. This is only relationship. And this is where funnels break in the modern era. And here comes the 15% trap, and let me actually show you what this is. So only 15% of your market is ready to buy right now. They're the problem-aware buyers. And funnels are built only for these people. Funnels all cover the 15% and discard the other 85%. They basically throw it in waste. But truth is that those people might be interested but not ready yet, curious but not certain, aware of you but not aware of their problem, or aware of the problem but unsure about your method, or simply needing time to trust you even more. And funnels treat these people as useless. They enter the funnel, don't convert immediately, and get thrown away. And this creates massive consequences. Your ads get more expensive because you're paying for leads you can nurture. future, your calendar fills with low trust calls, so your close rate tanks. Your business becomes dependent on spending more, not on growing trust, and your brand never compounds because funnels do not build long-term believers. And the crazy part of it all is that most coaches and agencies and service providers think that they have a lead generation problem, when they actually have a trust problem created by their funnel model itself. Because think about it, how can you expect someone to invest $3 to $10K in you when their only exposure to you was a 2-minute ad and a landing page? That formula only works on the 15% of the buyers who are already ready to buy now, and that pool gets smaller every year. So if funnels collapse because they only sell to 15%, then what kind of system is required in a world where trust is low, people need time, people want to get to know you, skepticism is high, and identity matters more than tactics? Well, you need a system that speaks to all 100% of your audience, nurtures the 85% over time, and allows people to buy when they are ready, builds trust slowly, compounds instead of resets, and feel human and relational. And this is the exact problem content ecosystems were designed to solve. And this is the backbone of my method, the Genesis growth system. A content ecosystem doesn't care if someone buys today. It invites people into your world and let them stay as long as they need to. It nurtures the 50% who are ready to buy now and the 85% who will be ready to buy in 3, 6, or 12 months. It seems like it builds trust automatically. And it does through this 3 yeses framework. That consists of 3 yeses, which the first one is they have to say yes to the person. For example, your identity, purpose, story, values, unique voice, and personality. Then the second yes is to the outcome. I want the outcome they help people achieve, which is who you help, what you help them achieve, what transformation you provide, what results you've got, and your brand missions and your messaging pillars. And the yes number 3, which is your method, I believe in how they get people there, it's the most important yes, because if people don't trust your method, then they will never buy. And this is why the Genesis growth system has its own philosophy, structure, and roadmap. Identity-first branding, content ecosystem architecture, creative directions, systems, and scaling frameworks. Because when people trust you, the outcome, and the method, then selling becomes simple. And this is the methodology here. I won't go over each step now, I will do it later. So let's move to how it works, how that system works. And it's actually quite simple. We use Instagram to get the yes to you, your personality, aesthetics, story, beliefs, vibe, human depth. YouTube for the middle of funnel to get yes to the outcome and method, which will post content about frameworks, systems, behind the scenes, thought process, expertise, case studies. Basically, that's the most important step of the process because it nurtures and makes people really understand who we are and what we do. And then the yes to working together comes from DMs and calls, which build connection, alignment, authenticity, trust, and see if it's actually a good fit. So this is the Genesis ecosystem of one identity, one message, one ecosystem, and one aligned brand that pulls clients in. So now when your ecosystem starts doing the selling for you, everything changes, and it's a point B, the desired outcome, right? And that's what ecosystems start doing. You start getting high quality leads, people trust you instantly, DMs feel natural, you're no longer convincing, and your brand feels alive. You have time again, which is very important. You can use that time you've freed up and use it to grow your actual business. And not only that, but actually live your life as you want, enjoy your life, because that's why we build these businesses, right? And content becomes effortless and you finally grow with ease and alignment. And this is the future that Genesis method is built to create. And this is the future this system is built to create. Your content feels like you, your personal brand grows while you focus on your business and live your life, as I told you previously. And your presence attracts ideal clients and your business becomes simple. Because why should we have a complex business that we don't enjoy running, right? And actually that's how I helped Danny build a unique, get trust for his content, get high quality leads, and actually closing 30K worth of deals for his coaching offer within 6 weeks. And I have the full interview uploaded in my YouTube channel. You can go and check that out in the description. So now let's talk about the Genesis roadmap. I've been talking about it since the start of the video, but let's actually show and talk about why this is different and unique and what's basically consists of. So here's the methodology. So it consists of mindset and uncover your story, your offer. Then we go to your offer and audience, then branding and messaging. After we have this foundation, we create the content ecosystem of one, and we get to traffic, nurturing, converting, and service delivery and improvement and setting systems basically. And let's look at it here in more detail. what this system does, right? So the phase one is identity, personality, aesthetic, story, beliefs, vibe, and human depth, which, to be honest, nowadays we don't really have personal brands like this thing. Phase 2 offer audience messaging and positioning, your recipe, your angle, your language, your transformation. Phase 3 story and voice extraction, your story turned into content and your voice turned into the brand, which is very important. Phase 4 visual identity, clean, modern, cinematic identity, which is basically your personal brand's signature. How you present online, how you show up yourself is very important. And then we have phase 5, ecosystem architecture, Instagram for identity, YouTube depth, DMs connection. We've talked about it previously. And this is the core foundation of your ecosystem of one. Of course, you can use newsletters, you can use other things, but this is the core foundation. Then we have phase 6, creative direction and content, which what I like to do with my client is handling the most crucial part of it all, which is content and content strategy, and make it very, very importantly aligned with you. And then we have phase 7, which is the system scaling, consistency, efficiency, tracking, optimization. We set systems to scale, and this is basically the system that helped Danny close 30K in 6 weeks, as I told you previously, with trust, not funnels. So if you're tired of following the generic, outdated advice and shitty funnels, overthinking content, feeling invisible, being inconsistent, or building a personal brand that doesn't feel like you, and you want a content ecosystem of one, just like the one I guided you through previously in the video, and build a personal brand through trust, alignment, and personality that scales your business, which is the most important, this is exactly what I help coaches and service providers build through the Genesis growth system. A simple identity-first content ecosystem that brings your personality to life, builds trust, and pre-sales clients through content. So if that resonates, DM and grow on Instagram, and I will personally reach out to you and see where you're at, if I can help you, and if it's a fit basically in the first place. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.